Hello beautiful people, hello beautiful world, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I am Ashley Renice, your millennial life coach, and today we are going to be talking about goals and how to make change. 2021 is right around the corner, and I know we have all our resolutions and our goals and the things that we want to achieve or see come to fruition in our lives for 2021. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to actually change. So I'm sure we're all familiar with this. It's the new year. We're super excited. We know exactly the goals that we want to achieve this year, the changes we want to make in our lives, and we're just going. We told our friends about it. Everyone is supportive, and February comes, sometimes March, and for some reason, we fall totally off. Like we have no idea what happened, how it happened, why it happened, but it happened, right? I'm sure we can all attest to that. So why does that happen? We can blame a little thing called homeostasis. I know it sounds like a word in biology, and you probably did learn it in biology. So homeostasis is basically a mechanism that resists change and brings things back to equilibrium. So when change is happening in our bodies or in our minds and we feel that need or that resistance to go back to how we once were, that is homeostasis. Now, don't be offended. Homeostasis is not biased. It literally happens in probably everything that we can think. The best way to describe homeostasis is by the temperature in our home. So we all know we have the thermostat on the wall. You set it to a temperature, and that is where the house temperature should stay. Don't go up, don't go down, don't do none of that, right? Now let's say it's a cold winter day. So that means the temperature is falling in the house, right? Now what does the thermostat do? The thermostat senses that fall in temperature, sends signals to the cooling/heating system in the house. Then the heating system releases heat in the house. And of course, the thermostat then goes back to the temperature which it knows it should be at. It is the same exact thing that happens in us. Now, of course, it may not seem like there's such a long process, but it really does happen. It just is really quick because our brains and our bodies are amazing. Simple. Now, homeostasis is not a bad thing. It just is. The problem with homeostasis is that it doesn't really know whether the change that is happening is for good or if it's for bad. So regardless of whether you're trying to make a good change or a bad change, it will always try to resist and take you back to that equilibrium, that safe place where it knows that, yeah, this is when everything is okay. Now, here's another example of homeostasis at work. You haven't worked out in years, probably since high school, right? And you decided, okay, I'm gonna start working out. Yes, I've been sitting down for most of my life for the last couple of years, but I'm gonna start working out. So you start working out, you are so motivated, you are jogging, you feel amazing. Then all of a sudden, you feel like you're gonna die. Your heart feels like it's gonna stop. You almost can't breathe. You're trying to drink the water. You're dehydrated. All of that is happening. That exactly is homeostasis at work. Your body is sending signals to your brain that it is not, used to. And what your brain now sends back to your body is, you gotta stop. Please, we're going to die. We are going to keel over on this here road. Please to stop. But in truth, you aren't going to die. You probably just need to stop, take a break, reduce your intensity, and continue. Homeostasis is just doing its job. So, how do we actually make change? Now, before I get into the guidelines to actually make change, I want us to understand that homeostasis is going to be there whether we like it or not. If you want to make true change, and I mean true change, you have to accept this, and you have to be resolved to stay on the path regardless. So here are the guidelines. So firstly, you have to be aware of how homeostasis works. And guess what? You are. So at least you got guideline number 1 down. Once you understand how homeostasis works, you'll be able to better recognize it, and therefore you'll be able to continue on that path of change without giving up, because you fully understand what is really going on. Guideline number 2, be willing to negotiate with your resistance to change. Remember, the resistance is gonna happen regardless of what you do. So you have to be willing to be in that space where you can negotiate with that resistance. So that may look like dialing it back a little bit. As I said in the workout analogy, we could probably reduce our intensity. If we are trying to eat a little bit healthier, maybe you could give yourself one meal or a treat for that day if you make it to the end of the day. Just little things like that will help to negotiate that resistance to change. In that negotiation, what it does is it helps to satisfy that resistance a little bit, but we're still steadily going towards our goal rather than coming to a harsh stop and dropping all of these plans that we had to change. Guideline number 3, develop a support system. You guys know I am huge on accountability. After all, I am an accountability coach. But I believe in the power of just having, if it's even just one person that you can speak with and let them know what it is that you're trying to do, where you can stay accountable. Now, of course, the person may not be on this journey with you or trying to make the same change, but just to have someone that you can speak to, when it gets rough, you can call them up and say, listen, I am not feeling to do this. And make sure that this is someone that has your best interest at heart. Don't call a friend that you know would rather you be out here with them not being your best self. Okay? Tell someone who you know wants to see you do better and will indeed cheer you on and keep you accountable to that change that you're trying to make. Guideline number 4, develop routines. Routines are so important, but even more important when you're trying to make a change. What routine does is that it helps to take away that time and energy and effort that it would take into planning and even just thinking about it, and gives you more time and energy and effort to just do what it is that you're trying to do. So develop a routine that you do regularly. I would suggest daily when it comes on to that change that you're trying to make, and that way it kind of gets embedded in your muscle memory or just in your mind, and you'll be shocked at how quickly that change can probably happen and how much it will actually stick because you developed a routine around that change. Lastly, guideline number 5, be committed to lifelong learning. Now, I know we sometimes think that learning is through a book or even just watching this video, and of course, that is the beginning of learning, but learning is the actual doing, the actual practice of the thing that you learned. So be committed to constantly be practicing this change that you're trying to make. Once you make that commitment and you apply all of the guidelines that I have spoken about before, that change will happen. So now that we know exactly what causes our resolutions to fail and how to actually make change, I know we're gonna get our goals in 2021, pandemic or not, okay? Mind you, if you do need to take a rest, please do. This year has been brutal. But I really do want us to apply these steps, apply these guidelines, right? Make decisions, make choices that help you towards that change. Remember how homeostasis works. Be willing to negotiate, have your support group, and of course develop your routines, and you will be fine. I am so happy, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys smashing your goals for 2021. Alright guys, we have come to the end of the video. But before we go, I have a quick announcement. So my 90-day challenge is here. Yes. So I'm sure that there are a lot of persons where health and fitness is at the top of their January 2021 goals or their year of 2021 goals, and of course I'm here to help you with that. So you can go ahead and sign up for the 90-day challenge. The link is in the description bar. It is 90 days of just mindset renewal, 90 days of community where you'll be a part of a group of women who absolutely are on the same path as you. And of course, I got a bonus. So in this cycle of the 90-day challenge, we will be giving every single challenger a free, absolute free mindful health planner. So in this planner, you'll be able to write out all of your food choices for that day, all of your goals. There are reflections, a grocery list. It is just so good. So go ahead and sign up, guys, down below. I'm so excited about this challenge. Like, I don't know if you can't tell, but I'm excited. Alright guys, so I'll see you next week for our next video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and continue on the journey to becoming your best self. Alright guys, bye.